Welcome to the channel and my review of Marble Duel from the developer Herocraft, who have kindly sent me a free review code on Xbox One for this game. Now, Marble Duel is a match-3 game, but it's a match-3 game with a difference. It's a match-3 game of strategy, as opposed to games like Sparkle, or Sparkle 2 or Zuma, where it's all about your ability to quickly clear balls on screen. Marble Duel will actually have you strategize to beat your AI opponents. Now, there are a variety of different marbles or spheres that you can use to attack your opponents. You can also heal yourself. You can increase the damage that you do via picking up these purple spheres. You've got shields which protect you for a certain percentage. You've also got traps, which are the black marbles or the black stroke purple marbles that deal damage if you accidentally set a few of those off. Later on in the game you also get more abilities like reflective damage and stuff. So it's basically a battle of attrition. You're trying to kill and also, or defeat I should say, and also protect yourself at the same time, whilst trying to get as many combos as you can. The more combos you get on screen, the more goes that you'll continue to have to fight your AI opponent. Now, the game in itself has a very much kind of Alice in Wonderland meets Little Red Riding Hood meets Peter Pan. You know, it's a very fairy tale type affair, and you know, storylines based around being a mage and using the power of the spheres to beat your opponents. Now, this is the level up board that you get whilst you're playing the game. So basically, every time you complete a level, you get these crystals or diamonds that allow you to power up your character's abilities, and it's managing these abilities that will allow you to defeat your opponents later on in the game. Now, initially the game starts out quite relaxed, which is how I like my match-3 games. You know, I like them to be a bit wallpapery, not necessarily easy, to be a bit of a challenge, but also something that I can kind of jump in and out of very easily. And this game initially, up until around about level 33, was quite a relaxed affair. However, around about level 33, the game hardness, you know, went up, say 20%, and I needed to go backwards and kind of sweep up some of the 3-star levels I hadn't quite 3-starred. There weren't many, I think it was like 2 or 3, and acquire those crystals so I could upgrade my character some more and progress. And that became a pattern until around about level 45, where it actually again goes up about another 30% in terms of difficulty, and you find yourself replaying levels in order to beat them, and you know, juggling your character's abilities as much as possible. Now, I personally don't like to review games unless I 100% complete them. However, with this game, I'm actually struggling to do that. I've got to level 50 in the game, and I'm up against a really difficult enemy that I cannot defeat. The spheres that come on screen never seem to go in my favour. They all seem to be in the favour of the AI, and I can't reach the good areas that would get me some progress and attack strength against the enemy. Instead, I find myself scrambling to try and survive against the AI, and you know, I spend more time in a defensive position than I do an offensive position, and as a result the game drags on and I eventually lose anyway. I actually feel at this point that, you know, loading the level up, I'm kind of hoping I just get lucky with the types of spheres that come out, but in 5 hours I've not been lucky yet, and that's a lot of replays for level 50 when there's a good 50% at least of the game I haven't seen yet. For me, one of the biggest issues with this game is the hardness increase. You know, you're kind of walking in Holland 1 minute and the next minute you're climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. You know, you literally are up against the odds, and it actually feels quite impossible to progress. Now, I actually let my wife play this as well. She's very good at match 3. She's better than I am, and I'm not bad. and she is actually finding it harder than I am to progress in this, and she's also hit a brick wall and become kind of disinterested in the game because of the hardness, really. So for me, I think the biggest issue with this game is its difficulty and how quickly it raises the bar. And I'm just in a position, like I said, in the game where I just feel if I beat them, it's probably just going to be luck. And for me, that's not attractive in a game, because I like to feel that I've overcome the game and I haven't just got lucky to get through the level. In terms of the game's aesthetics, it's a beautiful game. It reminds me very much of Sparkle, and it's, you know, got very fairy tale element to it. It's got some beautiful graphics, some beautiful screens, menu systems very, very basic, quite easy to understand. The one thing I will say is that it's not got a great tutorial mode. I think the tutorial mode should be a little bit more in the user's face and tell them more about what they could do. I think also another thing that would have been really useful is that when you're fighting the harder bosses and stuff, you get some hint tips pop up as to what you might be able to do, because at this point I'm lost. I have no idea how to get past this thing after 5 hours. Marble Duel also includes a multiplayer option which is currently inactive. So right now, if you buy Marble Duel, there is a multiplayer option, but it's not working. So it's clearly something that Herocraft intend to introduce at a later date. Now, in terms of my review, the game as a package is high quality. You know, it's very well programmed, the controls work smoothly, there are no issues, there's no bugs that I've seen, the music is really nice and relaxing, very similar to Gems of War, Sparkle, if you've played those before. Graphically, it's very beautiful as well. You know, everything about the game I like as a package. Unfortunately, its weak point is the fact that it gets way too hard way too soon, in my opinion. And for that reason, I'm going to score Marble Duel on Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC a 6 out of 10. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Herocraft for providing me this review copy. It was greatly appreciated and an honour to review your product. If you enjoyed the video, maybe drop me a like, maybe subscribe. Thanks for watching, take care, keep well, and most importantly, come back soon.